Welcome back to Good Day Atlanta. Nearly half a century ago at a Baptist church in Los Angeles, Aretha Franklin recorded Amazing Grace. The 1972 album went on to become the best-selling live gospel album. But now, 47 years later, a documentary called Amazing Grace gives us a first look at that footage. And film producer Terrell Whitley is here now with more on this. Welcome to Good Day.
Thank you for having me.
Hey, so glad you're here. So glad you're here to talk about this. Now, this is something that I think people are going to be shocked when they have a chance to see it and to learn a little bit more about Aretha Franklin. But I want to talk about, why was this footage not released all these years?
47 years. It took us a while. Technology had part to play with it. So back in 1972, when they shot the film, they didn't use a clapper that says, you know, the thing you snap that says action back in the day. Well, that clapper helped sync up the audio and the video. Because there was no clapper, they couldn't sync up the film. Sidney Pollack shot the footage, but he couldn't sync it up. Warner Brothers canned the project, and it sat in a vault for a very long time, over 30 years.
Wow, wow. And it got to mention, I mean, she was 29 years old at the time.
Yeah, this is a different Aretha Franklin. We know the jewels, the gowns, the furs.
Right.
This is 29 years old, peak of her power, something really different, something unique. She's young, very beautiful afros, smooth skin, and I think people will be shocked that this Aretha Franklin was very mild, very calm, but when she stepped to the mic, man, she would blow you away.
Blow you away. And I want to mention this because I just saw him in that preview. Mick Jagger was there for this.
Yeah.
Who knew?
He showed up. He was in town recording. Now, they were label mates on Atlantic. He was on the other side of town recording Exiled on Main Street. Mick Jagger, Charlie Watts heard on night 2 what was going on in Watts, California, and they rushed over to see Aretha Franklin, and he is jamming. I mean, to see Mick Jagger just kind of swaying the gospel music in the back is something really special.
That is so cool. So how did you get signed on to this project?
Yeah, so a good friend of mine here in Atlanta, Georgia, Reuben Cannon, who worked heavily with Tyler Perry, he received the project first, and he was reviewing it. He told Alan Elliott, the lead producer, that, hey, I know a guy, Terrell Whitley, who I'm heavy in film marketing. I've done over 30 #1 films and worked on Empire and Power and Blackish, lots of TV. He said, you should connect with Terrell. And Alan and I, we got together. I flew out to LA, met with him, and at that juncture, that partnership kind of began. Now, that was back in 2012, so it's been a pretty long journey.
Yeah, so it's about time, right? It's about time to see your project come to fruition there. I want to take you back just a little bit. What was going on in American music and social history, really, back in 1972? Because it really was a different time.
It was. It really was. I think we were changing. There was, from a civil rights perspective, there was a lot going on. You had riots taking place. But music was we had a special agenda in music to bring togetherness. Aretha had 11 #1 hits leading up to this. So she was already the Beyonce of the day. She was the top artist.
Good way to put it.
Right. So to step into a church, a black church in Watts, California, and record what has now become the greatest, highest selling gospel album of all time. And this is also Aretha Franklin's #1 selling album, which many people don't know. Her #1 selling album is a gospel album. I think it says something about Aretha and her roots and her ability to not only present her roots consistently in her music, but how it brings people together. White, black, people from different political spaces, people from different eras and different spaces togetherness with love, hope, and inspiration.
Yeah. What do you want to be the takeaway from this, Terrell? People who have a chance to see it.
Well, I want everyone to go see it. This is a special
First and
document.
foremost, right?
Yeah, this is a special document of a film. This captures a moment in time with Aretha Franklin that's really unique. But I want people to take away the fact that we literally teleport you to 1972 in this film. You see it through the fashion, the look, just even the feel of the film. It's a rough documentary type style film, but when her voice comes over the mic, it pierces you, and it's like a sonic boom. And I think, #1, it really certifies and it helps especially younger generations to know Aretha Franklin really was a jewel for all of us as a singer. She was by far one of our top artists. #2, I think her music, like I said earlier, it really has this special power that I think I want people to really connect with. There's no overdubs, there's no auto-tune.
No, it's the real deal.
This is pure D Aretha Franklin.
It is the real deal. Well, definitely looking forward to seeing this and hope that many people have the chance to enjoy it as well. Piece of history here for us. Terrell, thank you so much.
Thank you, Elise. Thank you for having me.
Pleasure to meet you. And Amazing Grace is now playing.